Alright guys, welcome to a new week of Forcible News. We got a couple different things to go over. It might be a little bit all over the place. We'll see. I don't know how organized this is, but we'll get right into it. So first, if you guys didn't see the spoilers from yesterday, they should already be posted on our YouTube channel, so you can go check those out. It was for the red starter deck this time. Last week was the panda starter deck. We did a gameplay video with the panda starter deck to sort of see how it plays out and how the mechanics work if you want to check that out. And we should have a video coming up later this week of the new red starter deck also playing out, and we'll pair it up against the panda starter deck to just sort of see how the different mechanics interact with each other. And yeah. So going into it, obviously the Q&A we did with Jordan, or that Jordan does with everyone, he answered a bunch of different questions. One was, he was asked if R0 rulers, so that's the rulers in the starter deck, so like the panda, the dragonoid we just got, and so forth, if there will be uber versions of them available in R1, which is Ancient Knights. And Jordan didn't directly answer. All he said was that Ancient Knights will have secret cards. So I assume those are the secret cards we were used to getting, so the full arts from CFC or the musical girls that we just got in this last Echoes of the New World. So whether that means those might be perhaps full art versions of the starter deck rulers or something like that, I don't know, but I felt like it might have something to do with that, considering he was unable to answer, or he didn't directly answer the question of the Ubers. It led him into his thought process to the secret cards, so we'll see. And yes, there is a cat behind me. He did say that after Gen Con is when we'll probably start getting our demo decks for Caster Chronicles, so that'll be something cool to look forward to. I'm pretty excited to see at least how the game plays out, so we'll just wait and see. And when asked if we're going to see Bloodlust again, and he said maybe, but not a lot. And when asked why the red deck revolves around pigs and dragons and such, he said it just all revolves around life that lives in this volcano, and that's sort of why they chose those specific creatures. And when asked why these dragonoids don't look like human-like dragonoids like they have before, Jordan says because this took place a really, really long time ago, and it's the red dragonoid clan, which we have not actually seen in the game yet. This is a new type of thing, so in case you guys were wondering about that. And no, it's not Sylvia's clan. Sylvia is not a dragonoid, in response to a question he had gotten. And he once again, this has been asked several times. I don't know if we've actually said it in the Forcible News, but he was asked again if we're going to be going back to Ataraxia in the new cluster, and he said no. As far as I know, we're not going back to any of the other worlds, Grimm or Alice or Ataraxia, I guess would be the place, or any of the previous worlds, because this is just its own thing, a sort of fresh start per se. And it's taken place, this entire new lore is taking place thousands years before the Grimm, Alice, and Lapis clusters have taken place, which is kind of cool. So my hope is that we might see some cool stuff, maybe like origin or characters that are immortal or just really old that would have been alive at this time. That'd be kind of cool to see. And when asked if this cluster there's going to be an overarching villain, he said yes-ish. There's going to be several antagonists, but there will be several antagonists, and so it probably won't be like the last set had the overarching villain. I believe Alhamot was it? Maybe, probably. But he said it'll be several, and there probably won't be any returning villains from these past couple clusters. He did confirm that the next starter deck that's going to be revealed, so next Tuesday, that's going to be spoiled, is the water deck, so that'll be something cool to look forward to, some mermaids. He was asked if that blue star deck is going to be about mermaids, and he said yes, it's going to be all about mermaids, fish, and dolphins, so excited for that. He asked if rulers are going to have more than one of those sealed abilities. So sealed abilities is that text that's at the bottom of the new star deck rulers, that's sort of that gibberish, and we don't know what it is right now. It's going to be unlocked later on. And he said, they were asked if there's going to be more, if any ruler will have more than one of those on them, and he said probably not. Yeah, and he sort of teased some new promo cards. He showed us a school promo card art, and I'll have it right here. And he said, even though we are seeing this art, we will not be able to guess the card it's on. And the entire Q&A sort of turned into a guessing game, people trying to figure out what card it's on, what card this is going to be. And he straight told everyone that whatever you're typing in, before you press enter, just know that 99% of what everyone's going to type in is wrong. So we have no idea what promo card it's for, what it could be. I believe there is a character that's supposed to be on the card that's not on it yet because the art isn't final, if I remember right. And whatever character that is going to give away what the card is. So we'll see, but it's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited for that. He did say that some of the new starter decks have counters, some don't, but they all do introduce a new mechanic or mechanism on how they interact. So Pandas was the gems, which uses items, which is a new thing with a new item zone and everything with it. It goes in and out. The new red deck uses strength counters. So these are actual counters on your ruler that you gain and use for different abilities and chance, different things like that. So each one's going to introduce a different thing. So we'll probably have more with different types of counters that aren't strength. We'll have different types of items that aren't gems, I'd assume, and probably other mechanics as well. He was asked again, he gets asked this every week, but he was asked again if it's possible that there will be another Ascension campaign. The last Ascension campaign was for Alice, the Timeline Arsonist, and Prisha. And that's where you sent in your ruler and a bunch of other cards, and they sent you a better version of that ruler, essentially. It was really cool. I really liked it. But he said there are no plans for it right now. The earliest they would have planning to starting today would be in 6 to 8 months, and he doubts they will plan it anytime soon. So yeah, I doubt we would, because there's really no need to send anything at this point in time that I could think of. But who knows? Well, besides maybe Mars. Mars sucks really bad. But yeah. When asked what his favorite star decks out of the ones that were being revealed, he did say that Pandas are his favorite, with the water deck at a close second. So that it has nothing to do with power levels or anything. It's just his personal favorites, just in case you guys were interested. And he once again reminded people not to forget that the Ancient Knights booster box, we've let you guys know this before, but just to remind you, Ancient Knight booster box and all the other booster boxes going forward in the cluster and future clusters is going to have 50 more cards than all the other sets have in Force of Will. So instead of the normal 105 or whatever, I think it's 155. I could be off on the numbers, but you get the idea. So that'll be cool. I don't know if that means we're going to get more spoilers, like week-wise, or more spoilers per week of the set, or if we just won't know what certain cards are, or a large chunk of cards are, until the entire set is revealed. But that's something to keep in mind. He did announce, this is pretty cool, this upcoming Sunday is when they're going to announce what the VIP rewards are going to be. The VIP rewards, of course, is when you take those Force of Will barcode things and you scan them into your willpower system on your phone, that app you download, and the more you get, the higher tiers you get, and you get rewards based on it. Last year, based on your tiers, you got Uber versions of old rulers that hadn't gotten Uber versions of them before, and that was really awesome. So we don't know if this is going to be maybe Uber versions of CFC rulers that we didn't get full art Uber versions of, or if it could be different cards that we really don't know. That's my main thought, just because the last one was rulers and it was Ubers of rulers we hadn't seen before. So it follows the same type of pattern, kind of, but we really don't know, and we'll find out. And yeah, I'm pretty excited because it's just a cool way of Force Will to be like, hey, here's some free stuff as a thank you for buying our products. So yeah, if you're not buying singles and buying booster packs, it's a cool reward program. So we'll let you guys know. We'll post a video probably the Sunday, an hour after it's revealed, talking about it. So keep tuned for that. Did reiterate, if you are at Gen Con, be sure to check out Force of Will, he said. I don't know if that means that there's going to be some cool stuff to check out, or exclusive promos maybe, but if there's exclusive promos, that'd be pretty awesome. And one interesting thing to notice, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but the spoilers that were spoiled, so we had ours, and then in France, they had theirs spoiled as well on their page. But one thing interesting to notice, both of the Pandas, and now with this red starter deck following a pattern, they had like 3 or so cards that were spoiled that were full arts instead of regular. Now we don't know why this is, if maybe just other countries will have full art versions of these couple cards, the ruler, special stone, and the stone. And I think maybe a couple other cards. Those are the main ones though. If that's just how the star decks come, or if it's some sort of spoiler that's going to be shown later on, maybe in the booster box that you'll be able to get. Really don't know what's going on there and why they have full arts that they're spoiling while the US doesn't. So hopefully we'll find out more about that. I had totally forgotten to ask about that. We saw the France spoil cards right after the Q&A ended, so I had totally forgotten about it until that point. So hopefully we'll remember to ask next week. But yeah, if you guys have any questions you want us to ask next week, be sure to join our Discord. I've totally forgotten to ask. If you noticed last week, I had questions that people in our Discord and Facebook or our YouTube comments had asked to display. I forgot to tell people to ask questions for us to ask them. So next week I'll try to remember. But if you join our Discord chat, you can let us know and we'll screen cap it and remember to ask Jordan and give you credit for it next week. And yeah, we have, like I said, just a lot of stuff in the works. We're sort of random on our video uploads with the exception of the spoilers, and Force of Will News is our only consistent stuff. But we're just working some stuff. We're transitioning in our work schedules, real life stuff. But yeah, thanks you guys for a lot for the support, and we'll see you guys next time.